Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? So I'm just gonna hop straight into the giveaway this time versus doing it at the end like last time, because today we've got the top cut matches and it's a best of 3, so it's gonna be a little bit longer of a video, so I'll just go ahead and get it out of the way for now. But thank you again to everybody that commented down below and is subscribed from the last video. And if you want to get entered into the final giveaway today, just all you got to do, be subscribed, leave a comment down below. That's it. And I'm just going to shuffle it up a couple times and we'll get started. But good luck to everybody again, and huge congratulations to all the people that have won, and just happy to be giving back to the community. But congratulations, RN Geronimo. If you want to leave a comment down below, I'll get in contact with you and we'll figure something out. Awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the video. This is a great top cut match, and other than that, I'll see you in there. Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? All right, so we got the final top cut matches. We are playing against my man Cole here. He's got Zorro, so I'm back-to-back Zorro matches, and this is a best of 3 here. And I will say this, I sped up the video a little bit quicker than usual. I think I went to 175 instead of like the 150 that I normally do, just because this is a pretty long match. Best of 3 matches, they can take some time, but we speed it up and we're getting straight into it. I did skip already where I mulliganed as well as he did, and he gets Curly Dodon on turn 1, finding the Nami. So immediately I'm sad, I'm crying. I'm like, oof, that's a pretty rough start against Zoro. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and swing 5, and I'll choose to play Zorro, and I'll tap 1 underneath him. I'll go for 6 at life here, and I'm happy that he countered there, but I'm kind of not ecstatic about that play right there. I don't know if I had a Vista in my hand at the moment, but not ecstatic about giving Zorro more cards versus just trying to, put bodies on the board and hold it down. But he will swing with Dodon for 5 and then swing with Leader for 6. I'll go ahead and take that life. He'll use Nami to search and picks up Sunny-kun. So he does have 1 Dawn left, and he will choose to play another Nami. So, I mean, immediately I'm feeling pretty bad. I mean, this is this is like my worst nightmare, is him having an absolute book of a hand and me not having many answers in my own hand. So it does look like we do have a Vista, but we do got to get rid of the Dodon here. But getting rid of some of these 1-drops is crucial, simply because he could have Makino and Magra, and they just pump him up. And so I will go 7 at life with Luffy. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't just go for the Vista there and maybe try and put down like another body on the board so that I can have some board clear next turn, and then save the Luffy for the turn after and try and swing for them. But I can only speak on what I'm looking at now and not what my mind state was in the moment. I also don't know exactly what I have in hand. Like, I'm trying to look at it, but I think I'm missing just a few of the cards. But he will throw 1 underneath Zorro and swing for 6 at Luffy. He pumps Nami up, and he chooses to go 6 at Luffy again. Now, I did counter out of the first one just because it does bait the second swing. And yeah, I'll go ahead and get rid of him. I'm not sure if, since I had put that down, I should have committed to trying to defend that, but realistically, yeah, I mean, with the Zorro in hand, probably wasn't a great idea. And so he's just going to swing here. I think we just take this life, yeah. And then he's going to play down Sunny-kun for that last Dawn. Now, he does pass turn. He's got already a heck of a board. He's still got like a good 6 or 7 cards in hand too, because of all the searches, just basically replenishing and refilling his hand. And yeah, I've learned from playing against this player that I don't really have to respect the Zorro too much. I can usually swing for 5 and he'll let it go, but I will put down Vista and I will KO his Sunny-kun. and then I put down Nico Robin, you know, to try and get some value out of that. But as you know, if he's got Jet Pistol, if he's got Otama Vista, you know, multiple things, he can just get rid of that Nico Robin, because that's definitely going to be pesky for him to deal with. But he's still in an extremely strong position right now. You know, I gotta be pretty weary, and he is going to slap 2 underneath Nami, so that's going to bring her to 5. I will counter out of that, and he swings 6 with lead. I will take that, and then he swings 7 with Zoro. Slight misplay on my part. I should have 100% countered out of the leader hit, knowing that he probably will swing Zorro for 7, since it's pretty simple to do so. Yeah, so that was a bit of a misplay on my part, but he goes ahead and uses the last 4 to Jet Pistol and Nico Robin. So this first game, I mean, he just drew the nuts. He drew the nuts. I'm gonna tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, coming back from this position is not easy. It is not easy whatsoever. And yeah, I don't know exactly what I could have done with how much I had in hand and what I was working with. But I will go ahead and Otama just to bring down the Zorro to 3. So most likely I have another Vista in hand if that's what I'm thinking of. But I could use one of my Dawn to... Alright, so I'll go ahead and swing 5 there. And I'll swing 4 here. And probably... Oh, no Vista. So we'll put down Luffy and Nami. Or excuse me, Robin. But... I mean, all he needs is like a rush card or 2 and I'm dead. I mean, what? I think I have 4 or 5 cards in hand. Not terrible, but still trying to figure it out. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like a position that I can comfortably come back from. But I mean, if we survive this turn, it's not terrible. But he is going to boost. He's going to play that Makino and boost Nami up to, let's see, 3... So that's 4, that's 6, 9. 9k swing. Yeah, he's going to go 9 at life here. And I know, I feel like I remember seeing a Radical Beam in our hand. Yeah, it looked like we did. So I could Radical Beam out of this. But then, you know, he's just got Leader Swing. He's got 5 Dawn remaining. So, yeah, I'm going to Radical Beam though. And I will also King Do. And it's probably, you know, just rush Zoro here. Put that down, swing with leader again, and brutal. So very tough first start, but you know, I'm trying to make the best of what we got right now. And you know, realistically, for me, I don't really know what saves us here. Like, I could potentially get Newgate, which makes it a little bit easier after I clear the Nami and the Makino, but I would have to take no life here. So he will rest 4. Play the Zorro, or no, he already had 1 rested, excuse me, because of the Makino. Yeah, so he played rest of 3, plays a Zorro, taps 1 underneath it, swings 7 at life. I mean, it sucks because I really want to counter out of this, because if he has Rush Luffy, I'm dead next turn and I have to go for lethal. But if I, you know, yeah, and I choose to counter out simply because of that. You know, I'm like, all right, if he's got Rush Luffy, we're screwed, but let's hope we just top deck something good here. And I don't think that what I top deck was even useful slightly. So, but I do swing with Otama to take out the Makino. And I mean, I can just do board clear as best as possible and hope that he doesn't draw a rush card. But yeah, I'm I'm between a rock and a hard place on this first match. Did not feel very good. And I mean, pretty much what I'm thinking is we just slap 3 underneath Nico Robin, swing 7 as Zorro, KO the Robin or the Nami. He does have 1 Dawn left, and I know that he plays guard point, so I did choose to do this though, just in case. But yeah, yep, we just go 7 there, and I just gotta do as much clearing as possible, because realistically, if he doesn't have a rush card, I have a potential of coming back and winning here. And he does guard point that life, which was a bit interesting. I was surprised by that. And then I choose to go 9 here, and it looked like I think he did get Jet Pistol there, so it was good that he didn't take the life while I didn't put Dawn underneath Luffy, so I almost misplayed that pretty hard. But I am going to save 2 Dawn to make it look as though I either have Radical Beam or I'm saving for, why am I forgetting the name of it? Red Hawk. But I don't run Red Hawk in this, in this deck. It's more or less just a bait. But he chooses to go 9, and then he'll rest 3, bring out that beautiful Zorro, and yeah, I didn't have it. It was lucky that I drew into a 2K counter though. But first matchup it's just so difficult to play against Zorro if they high roll so good. I mean, right there, picking up the Dadan, the Nami, all that stuff. I was like, good lord, what am I to do right there? There's not really much I can do in that situation. That's pretty brutal. He just gains a lot of resources, gives him a lot of options, and gets really good board tempo. And those 1-cost Namis are just easily boosted up from Makino and Magra, all that good stuff. But not too shabby. We're gonna go into game 2 here, and I choose to go first since I lost. Excuse me. And looks like we pick up a bit of a meh hand. We pick up Radical Beam and what was it? Jet Pistol. And then also, I think it was like just a couple of cards that weren't really going to do me much in the early stage. And the early stage is so crucial. It's so crucial against Zorro. If they draw well, you have to have some answers. You got to have Vista. You got to have Nico Robin. You have to have some bodies on the board to be able to deal with the situation. But if I go first and I'm already passing turn, that's terrible. But he slaps down 2 Gordons turn 1. And I'm like, oh god, all right. And but I do have Nico Robin. That feels great. I'm not sure if I picked up a Vista or not, but I do choose to play the Nico. It's a bit of a nerve-wracking moment simply because of the fact that he could easily just, he'll do 5 here. I will take, but it looks like he chooses to do... Oh, I remember this. I actually got up to put my backpack somewhere because the light was shining so perfectly. But yeah, we top deck Jet Pistol and just get rid of the Gordon. And he Jet Pistols my Nico Robin. So, unfortunate that we didn't really get to use that very much, but it is what it is. I think that realistically, being able to get it would have been quite lucky. But I will choose to get the Nico there. If he Jet Pistols it twice... I'm not super upset if he Jet Pistols my Nico Robin twice, because I will essentially be getting more board control simply because of the fact that he has to take 4 Dawn and spend that every single turn. So I'll be able to out-tempo him just a little bit going first. And I'm alright. I'm feeling good about this. He's only got Gordon on field at the moment. A couple of rush cards would be... not really that bad. I'd take a life or 2 at this point in time. He chooses to go 7 here. I would imagine, yeah, we definitely take that. And then he's going to slap 1 underneath Gordon, bringing him now to, I think, 7k? I could be wrong. That should be 7k, right? So 1 underneath, leader ability, yeah. And I choose to counter out. And he plays Curly Dawn for the last 2. Let's see if he finds... a nice little 1-drop for himself. I think Nami, yep, yeah, I was about to say it. Nami is always the goal if you can, but he will pass turn. And yeah, I'm just gonna choose to go and KO that Gordon right there because that can be pretty inconvenient. And yeah, I'm just reactivating all my stuff. This is a really bad thing of mine that I need to get a lot better about for the upcoming Treasure Cups, is that like at these locals matches, I'll just be like, oh, okay, all right, pass the turn. I'll draw my card and then I'll look at the board and I'll just be like, swing with Nami. And I didn't even, reactivate anything else. I just decided to, go ahead and do that. But I'll swing for 5 at life, KO the Dadan. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, no. Okay. I think I told him, I was like, oh, I said Magra, but I think that's what I was about to say. I was like, I'm not quite sure why I did that. But yeah, that was perfect. So we'll go 7 at life again. We're looking pretty good. We got him down to 2 life. We got him, we ourselves are at 3. And we have a 7-drop, or excuse me, a 7,000 power 5-drop King Dew on the board, which is really inconvenient for red. It's obviously not the most incredible card against this matchup, simply because of the fact that, you know, it requires a lot of Dawn, but I'm playing, you know, not from behind in this game. I'm playing, you know, from ahead. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm going to let Nico Robin go there with the Curly to Dawn swing. And, yeah, I don't really need her very much. I just feel pretty good having the King Dew down. Probably looking to play like Whitebeard next turn, or play a rush card and really get aggressive on life. And he is going to play Zorro. He's going to swing another 7 here. And I'm kind of debating whether I should just take or if I should counter. And I choose to counter out of this one. So I use Brook. It looks like Brook and Otama right there to go to 9. And he'll swing, or no, excuse me, play Vista and take care of the Nami there. But not too shabby so far. He did do a pretty good turn there to, you know, turn the tides a little bit. And yeah, but we're at 9 Dawn. I think that I have the Whitebeard in hand, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to go 7 at Zoro, though. Just kind of got to get rid of it. I would love to be super aggressive and go for life, but I think that for me, at this exact moment, I don't mind the Curly Dodon being alive. Oh, actually, I am debating it, whether I want to go Dodon or whether I want to go life. And I think I choose to go life here. Yeah. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yeah, he does counter out for 2/2Ks with 8 at life. And yeah, him having 2 left, us being up at 7K light, or 7K, you know, for our leader. That's why I wasn't really afraid of the Curly Dodon. I don't need to KO her. Yes, I might have to burn like a counter card or 2, you know, if he swings 7 with Vista, leader, and Curly, but I can't imagine that's what he's trying to do at this exact moment. I would assume it's going to be something like, you know, play Whitebeard himself, or potentially, you know, potentially try and get another Rush Zorro out, get a couple swings in, maybe KO King Dew. Yeah, and I think if we're able to, you know, if we're able to protect King Dew, you know, this turn, then feeling pretty good. But he does go for 9 on it. That's a pretty big, commit right there. So he's only got 6 Dawn left. That's not bad. He is going to rest 5. It looks as though, oh, I guess he's just thinking about it. It looks as though he's probably just going to play Rush Luffy, swing for 7. Yep. Swing for 7. I do take with that being played. And yeah, it's now we're in the point where with him leaving 1 Dawn active, I could potentially go for lethal, or I could try and do some board clear of my own. But I don't know if I have Radical Beam. It looks like I don't. I have Jet Pistol. Looks like a Rush Zorro or 2. And yeah, I don't know. I think at the moment I would probably just, I don't know. I think I'd probably just try and go for lethal. But it is a little scary. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little scary. I'm thinking that kind of depends on, you know, I want to see what my opponent will do, like if he will react a certain way. If I could get like 1 swing in where he reacts a certain way, it'll tell me a lot. And I think that maybe a decent play would be to go for a 3-drop Zorro down right now, use my leader ability, swing 6 with leader at his Luffy character on the field, and then, which I think, no, I just choose to go 6. I just choose to go 6, and he does counter for 7. All right, so now he's kind of, now I have to kind of commit, because he's trying to keep that Luffy alive at the moment. And I'm just trying to think in my mind, what is the best way to do this while giving him little to no, if any, swings next turn. Being at 1 life can be scary, but picking up Radical Beam or baiting the Radical Beam can really be all that I need in order to potentially survive, if you will. But I think the best play would probably be to just go 2 onto Newgate, swing at the 6-drop Luffy. All right, so we are going to play Zoro, and I'm going to use leader ability and go for 7 at life. He does take. And now I think I'm going to rest another 3, play Vista? No? Interesting. I'm going to go... Oh, I choose to go 7 at life and then 10 at life. Yep, and I did get it. I did get it. It's very interesting, though, that I chose to go that route. I think that when I went for 6 at Luffy, I guess I just played it in my mind that I was like, if he's going to counter out of that, then potentially with 3 cards in hand, and I knew that he picked up one of them from a Nami search. I can't remember which one it was. If I remember correctly, I knew one of them was Nami searched. But yeah, I think it was a bit of a risky play. I should have went with the 4th swing with the leader. Looking back at this now, I think that trying to go for that 6K Luffy was not the brightest idea, but it worked out. Sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit. I just think we could have risked it just a smidge better. You know what I mean? But that was game 2. On to game 3. Taking one over on that moment felt pretty good. I'm happy with being 1-1 at this moment, and it looks as though I choose to keep. The hand doesn't feel that bad, and we will go into game 3. He is going to take first turn. He plays Nami. It looks as though he's just trying to decide, and I think we got a Nami of our own. And I know, okay, here we go. So he's picking up Zoro. Yep, and he'll just go ahead and pass turn. I will play our own Nami, and I'm thinking that some of the rush cards were doing me pretty solid, but it looks like we're just probably gonna pick up a 2K counter here because we have 2 Vistas in hand. That's perfect. I could pick up Usopp or I could pick up the Luffy. I choose to go with the Usopp here, and the more I've played Usopp, I really like the card. I really do. But at the same time, I hate it. Opponents are pretty, it's pretty easy to play around. It's just unfortunate because the card is so good. I love it. I don't care what anyone says. It's one of my favorite cards. But I choose to take that life as well. So we'll go down to 3, but I am creating a bit of a hand just to deal with some of the situations, that he's presenting right now. And definitely going to swing Nami at Nami first, just to get that out of the way. Then probably play Vista, KO the Magra, and then start getting aggressive, maybe take a life for a swing. So, yep, I will go Nami. He's going to let it go. And I will do 5 at life, and then play the Vista, for sure. Yep, KO the Magra. And we do have 1 Dawn active, but I think I'm just going to pass, yeah. Just pass. I don't really have another Nami to play. That would have been a dream, but, not all dreams come true. Sorry to be a damper on the day. It's just true. But he's up to, 5 Dawn now? Yep, 5 Dawn. He's going to swing 6 here. And, I'm just being a homie and passing out some gum, But he does take care of the Nami, which was, I don't know, kind of interesting. But 7 at life again. He's being very aggressive. Very, very aggressive right now. It tells me that if he's not putting down some of the 1-drops and everything, and he's trying to, put down these Zoros, it tells me 2 things. It tells me, 1, he either has, just a absolutely insane amount of rush cards, so I can just, start swinging for 5 and take care of, some of these cards pretty much for free. So I'll swing 5 at the Zoro, and he does counter out with the Dawn. And I'll play Luffy and swing for 7, and then I'll just pass. Yeah, but it could be that he has a lot of rush cards, but also could be that his hand is kind of dead, and he just needs to play, something to try and get some sort of tempo going. But realistically, he's giving me options right now, so I'll take these life. I'm all right with that. And yes, I don't run blockers in the deck, but at the same time, I have a book of cards in my hand right now. We've got, I think about 10 or 11 cards. And he does, what was that? did he play Gordon? That's right. He played Gordon and brought down Luffy to 3,000 here. And he'll swing 5 at it. So 5 at 3K. Yeah, I could save it if I want to. I have plenty of cards in hand. I just don't know if I want to save it or not. But I think next turn, let's see, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we only had 6 Dawn, so I'll be at 8 next turn. I was thinking, yeah, I don't know if Whitebeard's coming up next or not. But, yeah, the annoying part is I'm not sure if I want to save this or not, because if he has another rush card, it's pretty much, like, dead. But I do let it go, and I think this was something I looked back on, and I was a little upset that I let that go. Because I had so many cards in hand, and I also know that if he had just played another rush card, I could have countered out of that as well. And then I have, honest to God, I just have like a really good board state. I can clear everything out of his hand pretty easily, or excuse me, out of his board very easily, and he would have to waste a lot of cards out of hand or just let it go. And he chooses to swing 6 here, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not upset that I let the 5-drop go, but it is looking a little rough. But I go ahead and use Otama there instead of the Usopp. Kind of a weird play, but you know, I put too much value on the Usopp sometimes, just because it has been really good for me in certain matchups, but this is not one of those. And I'll swing 5 as Zoro. He does let it go. And now's when we're going to have to probably play like a Vista and maybe just like a medium-sized body, like a 4 or 5 cost card. So we'll play Vista. Yep, we're going to take out that Sunny Kun. That's a pesky card for sure. I'm going to rest 4 and put down the 6K Luffy. That helps a lot, and leave 1 Dawn active. So I'll pass it over, but next turn, you already know what's happening. It's Whitebeard time. And my opponent, I think himself, oh, never mind. I was like, I think himself was about to play Whitebeard, but no. So he does slap 1 under Zorro, and he's got 8 Dawn to work with. So he can do some big swings here with the Dawn, or he can start playing a rush card. A couple of rush cards, actually. But yeah, he's just he's going through it right now. Some of the scenarios. Now, also, I wanted to say this, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming up here in just a moment. Unfortunately, when I was recording these matches, I didn't have a phone overheat again. However, I did have the battery of my phone die. I wasn't even paying attention to my phone battery at the moment, but it's gonna cut off here for a second, and then Josh, my man, saved the day. Right, so he's putting 1 underneath the Dawn here, but look, you'll see right here, it's gonna go to a still frame. Josh saved the day. He came in and he recorded the final bit of the match with his phone and then sent me the recording. So you can see that the lighting's a little different. But to recap what happened, we were in that position, and I got to, he passed turn. I went down to 1 life and I played Newgate. So I have Newgate now, and I did a swing bringing him down to 1 life as well. And now it's his turn. He has a Vista on play, an Otama, and he's just trying to figure out, you know, what can he do against me at the moment. I have 7K life. Feeling pretty good, but he does play Nami. Excuse me. He does play Nami, and is he going to be able to search for the card that he's looking for? I do have 1 Dawn active, saving for Radical Beam. And I can't really see what card. Oh, it looks like he got a Nico Robin there. So I guess he was just looking for counter, and he found like a 1K counter. But I bet you he was just looking for a rush card to kind of change up the possibility of, you know, what he could do right now. And yeah, he's just gonna have to swing with a rush card for sure. For sure, he's just gonna have to risk it for the biscuit. And He could, or no, he could actually play like Makino or Magra. Oh, the double Makino. Okay. Yep. And he's bringing Otama up to 6K, 7K right now. Yeah. Bringing Otama up to 7K. Gonna slap 2 underneath and go for a 9K swing. That's the biggest Otama you guys have ever seen in your life. Okay. the biggest Otama you have ever seen in your life. Now, I have the counter for this, but I'm taking it because I want him to commit completely, and I will use Radical Beam to go to 11k from 7, and then, you know, we could pass next turn, but he knows I have the win. So, good games, and we do take the dub, undefeated in this tournament, so feels really good. The deck performed really well. I'm happy, but I appreciate all of you guys so much in the past few videos and just checking out, you know, what we've been doing here. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the matchup. But other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the future. Peace.